In the Lil Durk case, his lawyer Drew Finling not giving up on the application for a bond. Now, they were denied last week by a magistrate judge. In federal court, you have a magistrate judge and a district judge. The district judge is on top of the magistrate judge. So if the magistrate judge denies you, you can ask the district judge to take a look at it. That's what his lawyers are doing here. I think this is a good decision because, quite frankly, in front of the magistrate judge who denied Lil Durk, Drew Finling could have pulled a rabbit out of a hat, and that magistrate judge would have remanded the rabbit. You have to consider the fact, and I hope the district judge will, that this case, as pled several months ago, has been significantly watered down in terms of how it's being pled against Durk, where you used to have an allegation that we, the government, are going to prove to you exactly who he paid the bounty to. Now the government's saying, oh, we're not going to be able to do that. Update on Lil Durk. He had his bond hearing today. He looked good. He looked like he was in good spirits. No crazy weight gain or anything like that. He looked good. The judge was on the same vibes she was on last time, which is that, wait, they're saying murder for hire. They're saying you put bounties up. They're saying you ordered. They're saying I'm saying that's going to be no bond. There's basically no argument you can make to this judge in a murder for hire case to get a bond. Is that the prosecution's case has taken two major hits. One, the prosecution has had to abandon their allegation that he rapped and celebrated about this murder, that he put these lyrics out talking about, oh yeah, I got you, you out here screaming no, no, crying in the street. Prosecution had to back away from that allegation. It was proven false. They need that allegation.
Rappers are buzzing. Lil Durk might be walking free real soon. And it's all thanks to some seriously slick moves by his lawyer. A tweet went viral saying, Durk's lawyer just submitted the sneakiest bond proposal I've ever seen. We're actually about to see him out before GTA 6 drops. Even the popular rap attorney behind Lawyers for Workers posted about it on Instagram, lighting up the internet. Now here's where it gets wild. Mo the Phil reported that a judge shut Durk down cold when he first tried to post bail. Straight up denied. Why? Because his case is heavy. It's a murder for hire accusation. But plot twist, Durk's getting another shot at freedom. A different judge gave the green light for a new court hearing set for June 2nd to consider his third bond request. This time, it's a whopping $2.7 million. The crazy part, this hearing could actually set him free. And it's not because Durk proved anything new. It's because the prosecutors are tripping over their own case.
The other allegation they backed away from, which is huge, it shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
During the last court session, they straight up started tearing apart their own evidence. It's like they're trying to keep Durk from getting a bond.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Act. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this. We got the indictment, we noticed, and we started hearing from people in the music world. People are like, this doesn't really make sense. That song, those lyrics were done a long time before that. I mean, we were hearing it from all different directions. We were hearing it from studio people. We were hearing it from people that wear suits to work every day, executives.
Exactly, yep.
And so we were like, we got to get to work here. We got to figure this out.
But they're accidentally making their case fall apart. Apparently, the prosecutors can't even use Durk's lyrics anymore, which was the main piece they were clinging to. His lawyer fired back hard, calling the charges a joke. He said the feds only had rap lyrics from old songs, and now that's not even allowed in court. Durk's team went around asking people in the industry about those tracks and realized those songs are ancient and irrelevant. Durk's camp is now flipping the script, showing the judge how desperate the prosecutors are. They're scrambling for anything and looking completely unprepared. Even though Durk just got slapped with a fresh charge by a California grand jury, stalking resulting in death, linked to Condo's cousin's death back in August 2022, his lawyer doesn't seem even a little shaken. On the contrary, he stood his ground and said if a plea deal comes their way, they are not going to accept it. That's bold. With everything unraveling on the prosecution side, Durk's legal team might just pull off the impossible. Durk's legal team is playing the long game, and they've got a secret weapon tucked away. They're saving this ace for the right moment, and when it drops, it could flip the whole case on its head. Here's the move. Everything Lil Durk says or posts, whether it's lyrics, interviews, or tweets, is being framed as his First Amendment right to free speech. And that argument, it's already starting to shake things up. Some legal minds online are chiming in, saying Durk's situation is looking a lot like Young Thug's. One lawyer even claimed he's about to walk out just like Thug did. That's how strong this First Amendment defense is starting to look. Durk's legal team is also calling out the prosecutors, saying they straight up don't understand rap culture. This ain't new. Rap lyrics being misunderstood in court has happened time and time again. But things take a dark turn once you look into the new charges against Durk. That's when it starts getting real eerie. Prosecutors dropped what might be one of the craziest lyric coincidences ever. Durk rapped, "Look on the news and see your son screaming no, no." And wild enough, Condo's cousin really was shown on the news after he passed. It's spooky. And if that kind of evidence is being thrown out, you gotta ask, what else do they have? Well, a deep dive into the court files dropped a bombshell. One forgotten update revealed the feds are working through over 230 gigabytes of digital evidence. Yeah, you read that right. That includes audio, video, surveillance footage, and over 20,000 pages of reports, all being prepared for discovery.
Likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it, just entertain it, because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. And so there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
But here's where it gets messy. A so-called snitch from inside OTF, allegedly named Jam, might be the key to it all. According to court documents, the feds believe Durk paid to get 2 people handled. First, Stephen Mack, the person allegedly responsible for killing Durk's brother D-Thang. And second, Jam's baby mama, who tragically passed away not long after Jam allegedly wore a wire while around Durk. That's not all. The feds are convinced Jam caught Durk slipping on Instagram Live.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say in a rap record or any kind of record. And you could go back and there's country records and there are pop records and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying violence, that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, the First Amendment has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is violent. We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug. Down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted, and I don't think anybody would call that prosecution a successful prosecution. And so, you've got freedom of speech issues. Does it mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song, it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before.
In the clip, Jam is seen gripping the top of his jacket and whispering into it, like he was feeding info into a hidden mic. Now Durk's name is popping up not just in this case, but 2 other Chicago murder files tied to that same OTF snitch.
Yeah, and I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. You know, sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub, big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use of it.
This case ain't just about lyrics anymore. It's about surveillance, betrayal, and possible payback. Way before he ever landed behind bars, Lil Durk already had a feeling Jam was moving funny. Word is, Durk's been playing 3D chess this whole time. He saw the betrayal coming way before it hit. He even admitted he never shares personal info with anyone, not even his closest friends. He keeps his location private and stays low-key at all times. That's not paranoia, that's survival. Still, you can tell he's hurt. The look on his face when Jam flipped, it says everything. And don't forget, this is the same guy Durk handed $50,000 to on Instagram Live. The betrayal cuts deep.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath. No! This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
But here's where it gets even wilder. If you watch that IG Live closely, the people in the background matter a lot. The feds sure thought so. They zoomed in on those dudes and realized they weren't just randoms. These were the same guys seen
after Lil Durk noticed that he was wearing a wire during an Instagram Live, where Jam is seen holding the top of his jacket, whispering in it.
Oh. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, my whole dream changed. I ain't gonna lie, like back in the day. Oh my! Give me the check on your man. I heard you got his head. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Jewelry shopping with King Von, and the same ones who allegedly flew out to LA to handle some serious business on Durk's behalf. Because of this, Durk's name is now tied to multiple murder files. First, the tragic death of OTF Jam's baby mama, then the case of Stefan Mack, the man believed to have taken out Durk's brother, D-Thang. It all snowballed after an Instagram story surfaced with Durk writing, "For D-Thang, aha," just 30 minutes after Stefan passed. Then the next day, Durk's posting a laughing selfie. That timing raised a lot of eyebrows. But wait, Jam isn't the only alleged snitch in the picture. Things started spiraling during Durk's second bail hearing, where he got denied again. Why? Reports say prosecutors...
Nobody is ever allowed to my house. It be our best friend never been in my house.
For real?
I promise.
Your best friend?
Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids. Cause it's like, I'm just a different type. I'm not the, you can have family night at Durk house tonight. It's the, you gotta watch,
everybody at Durk's crib.
Yeah, we gotta, everybody getting watched. We gotta watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's
pushed for a delay to collect last-minute evidence, and there's courtroom chatter of another snitch stepping up. Right before that second hearing, something major went down. Brick Baby got arrested. Along with Big U, Loose Cannon, and others, he was part of a massive Rolling 60s gang takedown. And now, whispers in the courtroom claim Brick Baby might be turning on OTF. Legal insiders and sources are buzzing. If Brick Baby really flips, it could connect even more dots and drag Durk deeper into the fire. This case isn't just about rap anymore. It's a complex web of street ties, silent ops, and federal eyes watching every move. Lil Durk's situation just keeps getting messier. Especially with the timing of these arrests, lawyers now believe the feds are gearing up to pressure Brick Baby into snitching hard on Durk. Why? Because the original murder for hire heat Durk caught allegedly traces right back to Brick Baby.
What's his name, bro? Steady crying, huh? He steady crying. Feed him. Feed him. Get in the milk, bro. Get in the milk for some baby mama get the tripping, bro.
See that?
Feed
for my
him.
baby. That's really how y'all hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This too much. Crazy though. Motherfuckers sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and the internet games and all this. Up some money, do something. Like, We winning, bro. I can do it. Whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Not what I want to do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro. Goof
Bro got out what?
You know that
How many you did off?
How many years I did it now?
Yeah. That's your last bit. 12?
12.
That boy popped out 12 years. Yeah. So much money. We really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
Here's what most people missed. 3 years ago, Brick Baby did a live stream and said something wild. You can't say Durk never slid for Von because they got Lil Pab. That statement might have looked casual back then, but now it's a loaded confession. And get this, the moment Durk got arrested, Brick Baby just happened to be on another live stream. Midstream, the host randomly throws up Brick's old interview and the whole room goes silent. It felt like he brought the feds straight to Durk's doorstep. But Brick might have done something even worse. Federal agents pointed to lyrics from the track Wonderful Wayne and Jackie.
Solitary.
They big fan. We just looked at him.
Let's go over there.
What up, bro?
Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man just stepped in.
Boy, where the line goes, told me they got an addy, go. Got the location, go. Here's where it gets spicy. Brick Baby reportedly said he would have dropped Quando Rondo's location if Durk had asked him, "'Cause I'm loyal to him." Boom. Now the feds are hunting for any trace of that convo, and guess what? They don't even need phone calls. The iPhone logs, the ones that get stored for 10 years, could blow this wide open. If there's any trace of Durk asking for that location, it's a wrap. Case closed. But Brick Baby's arrest gets even crazier when you find out who's claiming credit for it. Charleston White.
You can't see other shit. What? Tweak on the folks. Hey, somebody always said, slap a car. Somebody always said, slap a car.
That's right. Charleston went live and straight up said he's the reason Brick got picked up. I swear to God, he said, proud of it. And Charleston, he's definitely not a fan of Durk. He even said Durk's arrest was a win for the community. That beef runs deep. As if that wasn't enough stress for Durk, drama hit close to home too. Just as his legal team was working on his release, his partner India Royale was caught in the middle of a messy cheating scandal. According to tweets blowing up the timeline, Durk's baby mama India was seen at a party with her hand on another man's leg. And it wasn't just rumors, one of her own friends dropped footage and screenshots that made it crystal clear.
But was this an attempted hit or
you can't say that no more. Then they put you as
Why? Like, who died?
You can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash? Oh, who?
Federal charges in California?
Nah, because Lil Pab.
So this is about the...
Oh! What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just...
The next morning, India even responded online as the whole thing went viral. Even 69 and DJ Academics jumped in to comment. Now fans are saying all this personal drama might be messing with Durk's head, right when he needs to be locked in the most. Now with all these wild twists and nonstop drama, what's next for Lil Durk? From federal indictments, snitches inside his own circle, and his personal life crumbling in public view. This whole situation is turning into one of the most chaotic rap cases we've seen in years. And it ain't just about lyrics anymore.
Why is that? Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had to ask me, I probably would have been if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd something.
Right.
It's about surveillance tapes, wiretaps, location drops, and IG lives that are coming back to haunt everybody involved. Durk's legal team is still fighting tooth and nail to get him out. That $2.7 million bond hearing is coming up, and the courtroom's going to be packed. All eyes will be on the judge. Will he buy into the defense's First Amendment argument, or will the mountain of digital evidence shut that all down? You've got one snitch, allegedly Jam, who wore a wire and possibly helped kick this whole thing off. Then you've got Brick Baby, another close affiliate, whose live stream and old statements are being used by the feds to build the case. The fact that prosecutors believe Brick was so loyal to Durk that he would have dropped someone's location on request?
I'm the one that put the feds on Brick Baby. I keep telling y'all didn't think I'd be playing. When Brick Baby went to Houston and was playing on the internet and put that $10,000 stack on his head, and indirectly said, hey, I got some money on Charleston Head. And he continued to act like he was pursuing me. I made a federal report. First, I called Houston and made the report to Houston, but I did this through my law enforcement friend. So, not only that, we filed a report with the feds in LA, along with the LA County Police. I swear to God.
That's exactly the kind of implied coordination the feds love to run with. But here's the crazy part. It's not just if Brick Baby snitched. The timing of his arrest makes it look like he's either already talking or about to get squeezed hard. And Charleston White claiming he was the one who helped get Brick Baby locked up. That just adds fuel to the fire. He's out here celebrating like it's a championship game, openly calling Durk's downfall a victory for the community.
A real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
This isn't just legal warfare anymore. It's personal. And right when you think Durk can't catch a break, his personal life takes a hit too.
The family, do we know you? Yeah, you a grown man. Do y'all remember when men used to like lay concrete, change tires, go to war? Now these niggas on the internet gossiping all day. Like, what's happening?
India Royale, his longtime partner, gets dragged into the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. That viral video showing her hand on another guy's leg, man, the internet ran with it. Fans were stunned. Screenshots started circulating, and then she reacted, right as it was blowing up. Everyone had something to say. Even 69 and DJ Academics chimed in with their 2 cents, stirring the pot even more. And let's be honest, when 69 starts talking about your relationship, that's a whole new level of disrespect. Now imagine being Lil Durk sitting in a cell, waiting for a bail decision that could change your life while watching your name blow up in the worst way, feds closing in, snitches talking, and your girl out here trending for the wrong reasons. That pressure's unreal. But here's the thing about Durk, he's never folded under pressure before. He's built his whole image on loyalty, strategy, and staying 2 steps ahead. And with his lawyers digging into the First Amendment and attacking the holes in the prosecution's evidence, he might still pull off a comeback. They've already proven that the feds can't use his lyrics as direct evidence. They're questioning the credibility of key witnesses. And if they can discredit Brick Baby or prove any of this so-called evidence is circumstantial, that $2.7 million bond might just set him free.
All right, so you want to bet 10,000 right now that hold on.
Told about some other
We talking about India.
She's a good girl. She's
you met her?
I haven't met her. But
so why are you saying she a good girl? Like
because I hear the drama about everybody's relationship, and I know any rapper who could say something about me and they got a public girl, I could tell you who your girl off when she was mad at you. Like, I know all of that. I've never heard no dirt about her. Just to keep it a beat. Never heard nothing about her, period.
All right, but she gonna be faithful to the trial.
Yes.
Anything after that?
I mean, you never know how it goes. I mean, if somebody, how does it go if somebody's, again, I'm not wishing upon him, but if he gets life, like, how did that go with your girl? She's supposed to be faithful or no?
Still, this case is shaping up to be way more complex than anyone expected. We're talking over 230 gigs of evidence, 20,000 pages of documents, surveillance footage, IG lives, audio recordings, every piece being picked apart by both sides. And behind every file is a potential trap, a contradiction, a moment that could either free Durk or bury him. What makes it even more intense is that this case is now bigger than just Durk. It's pulling in King Von's name, OTF associates, and even high-profile people in the rap game who are now being investigated for ties, affiliations, and old footage. It's like a domino effect. And once one piece falls, the rest could come crashing down real quick. The rap industry is watching closely. Some artists are staying quiet, others are speaking up. But everyone knows if Durk beats this case, it'll be one of the biggest legal comebacks in hip-hop history. If he doesn't, the ripple effects could shift the whole culture. So what do you think? Is Lil Durk getting set up by the people closest to him? Is this just a massive overreach by the feds using lyrics and live streams as weapons? Or are these investigations really exposing something deeper behind the fame? Let's talk about it. If you've been following this saga from the beginning, or if you're just jumping in, make sure you stay locked in because this case ain't slowing down anytime soon. We'll be covering every update, every court appearance, every leak, and every twist as it happens. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're feeling the content so far. Drop a comment with your take. Do you think Durk's gonna walk free, or are the feds building something bigger behind the scenes? Share this video with your crew so everyone's caught up on what's really going on. And most importantly, subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss a single update. This story is still unfolding, and trust me, you're gonna wanna be here for what happens next. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned. It's about to get even crazier.